Has this crisis that we are facing affected the reseller game? Absolutely. Should it? Absolutely. If you want to know my thoughts on why, stay right there. Hi, my name's Forteeplusny, and I'm a part-time reseller on the platforms eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. I'm going to say this. The question is, are sales down due to the crisis that we are all going through right now? Of course they are. Should they be down? Of course they should be. Listen, I'm a realist. And I understand that right now, your priority is not purchasing a vintage Superman hero for me, or a part for your lawnmower, or a polo t-shirt. The nation is in panic mode. And priority. People are losing their jobs. People don't know where their next meal is going to come from. And I understand that. People, resellers, my fellow resellers, I'm deeply, deeply saddened and disappointed in what I'm seeing. The way that my fellow resellers are taking advantage of this very community that supports you at large during normal times, that purchase from you day in and day out and support you, especially for my full-time resellers, where this is your bread and water. The things that I'm seeing, for simple things that people need, things that people are in panic mode to look for because of what we're going through. Toilet paper, Lysol, face masks, gloves. These people are purchasing these things out of sheer panic. And the price gouging that I'm seeing, you all should honestly be ashamed of yourselves. This is the same community that supports you. And the fact that you're willing to take advantage of this community during this time is quite shameful. And I'm real. I've always kept my channel real, and that's the reality. And I don't do these long intros, but I feel like this is something I needed to say because it's sad and it needs to stop. People need to help one another right now, not take advantage of them. With that being said, on a lighter note, yes, sales are down, as it should be. So I'm going to talk about what sold for me in the last 2 weeks, which would be March 8th to March 21st, on the 3 platforms, Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. I had approximately 15 sales that I thank God for, and I'm very appreciative. So, without further ado, I think I dragged it long enough. We're gonna start. The first sale I had was over on Poshmark, and that was a 3-piece bundle. It was a Nike short set that I inherited from my son. It was 3 pairs of Nike shorts. I bundled them all together. They were, gently used, and had them listed for, I think, $40, and somebody offered me $33, and I jumped on it. The next sale is a size 34 black and white acid wash biker jeans. Also something I inherited from my son. He wore once or twice. They were very nice jeans. Zipper, just really nice. No specific brand, but, pretty good. Anyway, those sold for $10. The next sale was from the personal collection. It was a torrid, stylish, corset stretch waist belt. My kid said that and I quote, "I look like Batman when I wore this." Anyway, I wore it once or twice, decided to put it up on Posh. It sold for $10. The next sale was a size XL, generously sized XL floral print maxi dress, new with tag, that I bought, but it kind of had like almost like an asymmetrical hemline, like a ruffle, high-low, and I didn't like that, so I decided to sell that and pay that much for it. I got it off the clearance rack, I think at TJ Maxx or Marshalls or something like that. Anyway, that sold for $10. The next sale was a 3-piece bundle. Also, these were a couple of items from the personal collection. It was a little bit weird because it was the same suit. One was in a mustard brown color and the other one was in a hunter green color. But it was a 2-piece set, but like the way my body is set up, the bottom is a lot bigger than the top, which I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, anyway. So the top to these sets were a 1X and the bottom was in a 3X. It was lined. It was very, very nice. Anyway, there were 2 of those. One had been worn, the gold set I think I wore. The green one I never got around to wearing. This buyer bundled those 2 sets. I had them both. I had all 3 of them up for $10 each, and they bundled the 3 of them, which was the two-piece sets. Also, she threw in a black long mermaid maxi bodycon dress that I wore several times. It was actually kind of old. I think I bought that like maybe 8 or 9 years ago. Got my wearing off of that. Anyway, she bundled them all and she sent me an offer for $25, which I gladly accepted. The next sale was a pair of rag & bone jeans that I had received from that large lot of jeans that I acquired for such a great price. They were a size 27 in excellent condition. Those sold for $10, and I think that went to Hawaii, if I remember the label. The next item that sold was a size 38D Torrid hook closure bra. Actually had 7 hooks in the back. It was very, very thick. A kind of like corset push-up bra that I bought for myself. I tried it on. I wore it once. It just wasn't. It had underwire. It was doing too much for me. So I decided to let that go. That went for $10. The next item was a Mark Tweed Pageboy hat that I received from, I think, one of the thrift stores that I frequent. That sold for $10, also in excellent condition. Honestly, I don't even think it was ever worn. So that was the end of Poshmark. So we're going to move right along to the next platform, which is Mercari. I made 3 sales over there. The first one was a size medium, a Bathing Ape t-shirt that was part of my son's collection. He wore a few times and he was done with it. I actually purchased that on Poshmark back in June. I think he wore it for his senior trip, if I'm not mistaken. And anyway, so that sold for $40. And I had a lot of interest in this. Like, you would have thought I posted gold, the way people were like all over the shirt on all 3 platforms. But anyway, it sold on Mercari, which I was really actually happy because it was only a 10% seller's fee over there. So the buyer also paid the $4.25 shipping, and I was able to make $36 over there on that shirt, which was great. The next item that sold was a pair of men's Nike Tech. This was a kind of plum chalk pink colored jogger. Very nice. Another item that got a lot of action, a lot of likes on all platforms. The problem with these pants were, yes, they were new, actually worn once, I think, part of my son's collection. And it just had like a little dot, like very, not even a little stain. It was nothing to talk about. But anyway, those sold for, I had them up for $45, I believe, and somebody offered me $38. Again, Mercari sale, only 10%. I took it The buyer paid $4.99 shipping. I was able to ship it out first class, which was great. So that went. The next item to sell was an extra large, new with tags, women's Nike gray t-shirt that I got from the outlet. I believe I had actually kept 3 of them. I think they were like 3 for $10, and 2 I liked, and this one I kind of didn't like because the collar was I just didn't like the collar on it. So anyway, I let that go. Also on Mercari for $10. Buyer paid $4.25 shipping. Well, that does it for Mercari. We're going to move on to eBay. eBay, I had 3 sales over there. The first one was a size XL. It was a men's, it was XL 46. It was a men's London Fog Town long trench raincoat. This coat was huge and it was heavy. I believe I acquired that at one of the Goodwills that I frequent. And anyway, I had it on Poshmark. I never put it on Mercari because, oh my God, I don't know how much that would have cost to ship, so I didn't bother. I had it on Poshmark for a while, maybe 3 months. And, you know, a couple of likes, but nobody purchased it. And so I put it on eBay. It sat there for maybe 2 weeks. And somebody out of nowhere one day sent me an offer for that for $25, in which I took it. The buyer ended up paying $11.30 to ship. That thing was heavy. By the time I wrapped it up, it was 4.5 pounds. So that went. But all in all, it was a great coat. I think it belonged to some businessman in the city, because I saw a New York City parking stub in the pocket. So it was probably some lawyer's coat or something. I don't know. Anyway, so the next sale was a Malcolm in the Middle Season 1 new in the box DVD set. The box was a little crusty looking, but the contents were brand new. I put that up on eBay for I think $35, even against the comps, because the comps were looking like $25. So what ended up happening is I guess the person spotted it, realized it was new. So I got an offer, I think, for $24.99 at that point, in which I took it. No, I'm sorry, wasn't an offer. I dropped the price to $24.99, and like a day or 2 later, the person just, purchased it outright. Because I'm new to eBay, I don't really understand like all the shipping. I try my best, but I don't understand all of it. And so honestly, from my understanding, this probably could have shipped media mail because it is a DVD. Anyway, the buyer paid $4.70 shipping on that. The next item to sell was a pair of pink and white cancer awareness New Balance sneakers. They were the Fresh Foams 1165s. Got these also, I think, from a Goodwill as well. They were new without the box, size 11. Those sold for $30, and the buyer paid $13.65 shipping. The next item to sell was actually a shirt. It was a size medium. It was a men's Vans long sleeve checkered t-shirt, and that sold for $14.99. Again, no haggling. I had it priced at $14.99. They bought it, and they also paid $5 shipping for that. So that was about it. About 15 items collectively. I'm blessed. I'm grateful, and that's the way that goes. If you like the video, please don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. Thank you for watching, and please stay safe, and we're gonna get through this. Just know. Until next time, 40 plus.